Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'll be sharing with you one of the best loan options for you as an international student. So make sure you keep watching this video to learn more about that option and how to apply. So you probably already know that one of the biggest challenges international students face in getting loans for grad school is that issue of having a co-signer or not having a co-signer. So many loans require you to have a co-signer, but Prodigy Finance, which we'll be talking about today, doesn't require international students to have a co-signer, and they are one of the best options for you as an international student because they support candidates from so many more countries. I think over 130 countries right now. Prodigy supports students from those countries. You don't need a co-signer, and they've given the biggest amount of loans so far. I think they've given about $1 billion in loans as of right now. So they are pretty keen on supporting international students in getting the loans that they need for grad school. So we'll be talking about Prodigy Finance today, and if you want to hear all about it, you want to know why Prodigy Finance is best, what are some of the issues, and really how do you apply step by step. So I'll be showing you in today's video as well, how do you apply for these loans. I'll get on my computer and show you how you can start a new loan application. So if you want to learn all about this, make sure you keep watching this video, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you really should subscribe. I share a whole lot about grad school, getting funding, and everything in between, so make sure you click that subscribe button and you also give this video a thumbs up if you like it. So let's just get started. So yeah, the first thing I want to share with you is why you should consider Prodigy Finance, what are some of the advantages of using Prodigy Finance, and also if you're already at that point where you're thinking of loan options, is this the right option for you? So let's just talk about that a bit. So the biggest benefit of using Prodigy Finance is that you don't need a co-signer, you don't need to have a collateral, you just need to have that admission and you can apply for their loans. And if you have been in this process, if you're an international student, you already know that this is the biggest challenge we face as international students. So many loan options prefer that you have a co-signer, or you can't even get loans if you don't have a co-signer. So Prodigy Finance, if you're eligible and you get those loans, you don't need a co-signer, you don't need to have any collateral. So that is some real good news. Another thing about Prodigy Finance that I really like is you can do everything online. So you can start the application process, everything online, up until when you even get the loan approval. So everything can be done online, and we'll start that application together in today's video. I'll be showing you everything you need to know step by step, how to start that application process. So one more really cool thing about Prodigy Finance is that it is free to apply. You don't need to pay to apply, and I'll show you when we go online today together in this video. I'll show you the entire process. You do not need to pay anything. You don't pay anything until, you know, at the end of the process you get your loan. There is no application fee at all, not at the beginning, not at the end. So this is really cool. So like, you really aren't losing anything other than the effort to put in the application. You are not investing any cash into that application. Another really nice thing is that you can borrow your living expenses and your tuition. So for many loan options, you can only borrow up to your tuition fees, but for Prodigy you can borrow tuition plus living expenses. So if your tuition is $30,000 per year and your living expense is estimated at $10,000 per year, you can borrow $40,000. But this really depends on your school, because Prodigy works with schools and the school needs to approve whatever it is you're borrowing and all of that. But this really depends on your school, what you know, Prodigy is also willing to offer. But the maximum is your tuition plus living expenses, which is really cool because sometimes some of us don't even have enough funds for our living expenses. So this is one other major benefit of using Prodigy Finance. So now let's get to the fun part where I show you how you can apply for a loan on Prodigy's website. So the first thing you need to do is go right now to my description box below and click the link that I have dropped there. That link takes you directly to where you would apply for the loan. So make sure you click that link and continue watching this video, and I'll show you step by step how you should start an application on Prodigy's website. So now I'm going to show you how you can apply for a loan on Prodigy's website. So the first thing you need to do is go straight to my description box below and check out the link I dropped there. So I have a link there that brings you to this place on their site. So go now and check out that link. Just click the link and continue watching this video. So you can pause the video now, go click that link and continue watching so we can go through it together so you get a sense for how to apply. So once you have that link and you get on this page, you click apply now. And once you're here, you just fill your preferred name. That could be your first name, your email address, your password, and how you heard about Prodigy. And I think you need to click this box about their terms of service and privacy policy. And then you click create account. Now, once you create an account, you receive an email from Prodigy on confirming your email or confirming that you want to open an account. So you should get this in your inbox, but if you don't get this in your inbox, you should check your spam. And once you have that, there's a link in that email. You click that link. Once you click that link, it takes you to a different site within Prodigy's website, and I'll show you what that will look like immediately. Okay, so once you click that link, it brings you here, and this is where you actually do the application. This is where you apply for the loan. But before you apply, they want to get some information about you to be sure you're eligible. And like I've said, not everyone is eligible to apply. They don't support all the schools in the world. They support many schools and the most schools of all the options that you have, but not every school. So they just want to be sure you are eligible here. So what you need to do is click I agree to your privacy policy, get started, and it says I'm signed out, so I'll just sign in here and we'll get back to it. Once you log in and everything, I already started an application, but we can start a new application right here. I was just testing it out here, but we can start a new application. So now once you get back to this page, you click I agree to your privacy policies, you get started. Now it's going to ask you which country you currently live in. So I'm just going to be using random examples here. I am Nigerian, even though I don't live in Nigeria right now. So I'm just going to click Nigeria. You go next. What state or province do you live in? I used to live in Lagos, so I'll click that even though I don't live there now. Have you lived in Lagos for the past 3 years? I'll click yes. If you haven't lived in that city for the past 3 years, they're just going to ask you for dates when you lived in that city and all of that. So I'll click yes. I'll click next. What citizenships do you have? Mine is Nigeria. That's the only one I have right now. And then I click next. What country do you consider your home? Again, we're using the Nigeria example. So I'm going to... But that's the part where you can click like a different country if you live in a different country compared to like your country, your country of origin. So which school do you want to go to? Here I'm just going to choose a school, Columbia, and I'll say Columbia Business School. You can say Columbia Law School or any school, but this is the place where you find your school, and this is where some of you will find out that your school may not be listed here, but they support so many schools globally, so you want to just make sure you spell your school correctly and you check if they support that school. So next, which campus do you want to go to? I think Columbia has something in New York, so you click that, and then now they're asking what course do you want to study, but something is still loading here, so I'll just wait for that and get back. Okay, so what course do you want to study? Because I chose the business school, I'm just going to choose MBA September intake, and then which class will you be joining? I'm going to choose first year. I'm assuming many of you are starting your first year in September. So September 2021. So I'll click that. What is your date of birth? I'll just use a random date of birth. Month, January. I will just pick 1995, 6. They just want to make sure you are above 18. Don't worry, I'm a lot older than that. Looks like you're eligible. Keep going to get a detailed offer. Now, this is where once you're eligible, you can now begin the application proper. So what you need to do here is continue. And then, now you have to fill in all your details. I'll just have to stop here because I can't go through the entire process in this video. But if you have any questions about the application process, or you're struggling with anything and you want to get my thoughts on that, just drop a comment, leave a comment in the description box, and I can walk you through. I can tell you what I think about what questions they're asking or what you're struggling with. So this is where you need to fill in name on your passport, like your official name. Up until now, I've used like Doyin as my preferred name, but that's not my full name. Here you put whatever is on your passport. You click next, and they will ask you a lot of information, and then you will get a quote from them, like what your rates are like, will likely be. One thing I just want to point out here is you don't need to accept that loan yet. You just need to fill this application, and once it's approved, that's when you need to make a decision. But all of this is to get you to the point where you know if Prodigy is giving you a loan, how much they are giving you, or they're willing to lend to you, and all of that. So I'll just stop here. You can see the process is simple. You just click next, and you'll be good. All right. Okay, so I hope that part of the video was useful. Like I said there, if you have any questions, maybe you're going through that process, or there was something I did you didn't understand, or you are applying and something was confusing, just drop your questions in the comment section. I'll try to respond quickly so you can get through your application as soon as possible. So now, some of you have been sending me questions about loans. I did a previous loan video. If you haven't watched that video, you should definitely watch it. But a lot of you ask questions about loans, how it works and things like that. So I want to answer those questions as it relates to Prodigy Finance. So one of the questions you guys asked, when do I have to repay? So for Prodigy Finance, you have to repay 6 months after you graduate. So if you take the loan now as you're getting into school, let's say you'll get your classes resume September, and you take the Prodigy Finance loan, you don't have to pay until 6 months after you graduate. So this helps you to focus on your studies and your degree, and you don't have to pay anything until after graduation. Does this mean interest don't accrue? No, you would incur interest all the while. Like once you start getting the cash from Prodigy, there's an interest, right? Every loan option, you would have some interest, but you don't need to pay until 6 months after you graduate. You don't need to pay the interest and the principal until 6 months post graduation. Another question I get is like, how much can the loan company offer? So for Prodigy Finance, there's no maximum, but I'll say a reasonable maximum is maybe $100,000, but there's no maximum. But technically, I think they have a minimum of $20,000. I don't think they'll give you anything below $20,000. So, but there's really no maximum. But I don't think you should apply for a $200,000 loan. But yeah, there is no maximum, but there's a $20,000 minimum for Prodigy Finance. So one more question you guys ask is, what happens after accepting a loan? So what happens after you accept a loan? So for Prodigy Finance, what happens after you accept a Prodigy Finance loan? So after let's say you've gone through all this application process, your loan was approved, you were matched and all of that, and now you've signed that you're taking this loan. What happens is the loan company, that's Prodigy Finance in this case, funds your school directly. So they don't send the cash to your account. They send all that cash, or they send some notice of that cash, whatever, to your school. And then your school applies that to your tuition, or your school applies that to your tuition, and that's how it works. So every time, every semester, or whenever you tell Prodigy to send cash to your school, Prodigy sends that directly to your finance team in your school, depending on the names they are called. But Prodigy sends the cash directly to your school, and then your school applies that towards your tuition, and you don't have to worry about your tuition. So I hope you found today's video helpful. I hope you understand how Prodigy Finance works now and why it's a good option for you as an international student. So I hope that was helpful. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and let me just say this again: if you have any questions about applying to Prodigy Finance, you have any trouble with like the application process, or you just want to get my thoughts on like what you should do regarding that loan application, just drop your comments right here on YouTube and let me know whatever it is you're struggling with, and I'll try to respond. Also, you can send me a message, a DM on Instagram. I try to get through all my Instagram DMs, so send me a message on Instagram and I'll respond. I hope you found today's video helpful, and I'll see you in my next video. If you haven't subscribed, you're missing a whole lot. Click that subscribe button, and I'll see you in my next video.